Oh yeah. Okay, I'm live. It's 12:07 um p.m. and it's May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So, let me talk about something real quick. Um Before I get there, right? Let me address something. I put my last live stream on private because that is my warning. I screenshot, I download everything you had said to this certain individual said, and I suggest you leave me alone. And I'm being serious on that. When are you going to get the point? Now, anyway, back to because I was on what's going on, Lawrence? What's going on with you? I gotta say something. Now, I was on Platinum channel early this morning, late last night. I was on Pat Platinum Elite's live stream, and there was this guy on there, and he was talking about, you know um he was talking all this, this astroteric, you know sounding like one of these Hebrew Israelites, sound like these HOTEPs, trying to sound like these sovereign citizen Moorish types. And then he said, well, trying to he referred to me as a king. Big J, you're a king. I said, no, I am not a king. I am an American citizen. I told him I'm an American citizen. Then he referred to himself as a king, and then he was talking about, well, so I asked a question, say, wait a minute. So in order to be a king, you shouldn't have to pay taxes. If you're a king, nobody wouldn't take things from you, because we were talking about taxes and property tax, um, car, and you talking about, well, they can take my house if I don't pay a property tax. They can take my, and so okay. Then though he started to show his cars, and you know what? I'm gonna say something straight up. I wish that black people, black men especially, would stop trying to show off. That's not good. That's a sign of weakness. I got it. Man, you got to show me stuff. Nobody got to show you anything. The reason why some people refuse to show things, because some people don't have to prove anything to anybody on a live panel, and plus nobody, you know, that's why the feds and the police we round black people up, because they show too much on how they attain it. But back to the point, this whole idea, and then I was called, you've been whitewashed because I said I'm not a king. I'm an American citizen. Oh, you've been whitewashed. A real king will have a castle. A real king will have a military force. A real king would have a would get income, passive income on a daily basis. A king would have a military and a security force. I wish a lot of y'all who come on YouTube, I wish y'all would deal with reality. I wish y'all do. That's why there's so many beefs. That's why there's so many arguments. Because see, I'm gonna tell you what y'all. I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. A lot of y'all have this problem of not want to deal with reality. Y'all have been so downtrodden, or worse, following these dumb demagogues online, that you would remove everything that is based in reality, and then y'all want to talk about things on some esoteric um level. You are no king. You're just a citizen of the United States. You're the citizen of the great domain of Canada. You are the subject to the British crown. You are a citizen of whatever country that you reside in. See, a lot of y'all want to play victim, or adopt the era of victimhood. When you got all these things that you said, you show me your cars, you sold your house. I don't know why you have to show me your house and car. What you have does not really impress me. It doesn't, because any of that can take away from you. All that is material things. What y'all doing is showing me you're based on material thing. See, if World War III would have started, right? If World War III would have was start, and y'all's little cities would have been blown up and everything else, where would y'all be at? If somebody sent a EMP attack and the entire continental United States shut down overnight, you don't have to you don't have anything to feed yourself with. You don't have anything to get energy from. Who's going to keep you cool? Who's going to keep you warm? Who's going to keep you fed? You have no energy to cook because you need a stove. You don't have no AC because there's no energy to cool down the house down. And if it's cold, who is going to keep you warm? How are you going to get yourself warm when y'all live in concrete jungles where there's no wood or no material to burn off of to keep warm, to gain heat for very long periods of time? So stop with the nonsense about calling yourself a king because you don't got no castle, you don't got no army, you don't got no tax base to supply your needs. See, I adapt in reality, but y'all gonna tell me, oh, I'm whitewashed by the white man. Oh, I'm whitewashed by the white man. Really? So dealing with reality means, and this is the reason why I made a live stream not too long ago, where where we need to revamp the education system. We need to, and that's a fact. We need to revamp the education system. because I'm getting really tired of black men who come online and say things that is not true, that's not accurate, and that is based on and things that's based on slander. And y'all gaining popularity off of all of that. Every game that black people made in the 19th century, the 20th century, you know, black people that strides their own selves, their own themselves being former slaves and themselves being grandparents, no, grandchildren of slaves, children and grandchildren of slaves. They pride themselves of getting an education and working hard. But what y'all do on social media is y'all adapt yourselves to these esoteric movements because y'all don't understand how the world works. So y'all cling to these to these so-called concepts. Y'all cling to these concepts where the concepts does not match reality. That's like the time when I was telling I was on the Argument League's channel, and Sister Naya, and yes, I gotta use the Sister Naya thing, right? I use that Sister Naya thing when she came on there and say any black person that has a college degree, no, a law degree rather. When she said any black person who has a law degree are coons. Any black person that went to law school or worked in the courthouse are coons. Because in her mind, she said that we take the bar. We take the bar. I said, okay. And she said, well, the bar is for the British crown, and the bar, it mean, if you take the bar association, that means you're for part of the British agent, and you doing for white supremacy. So I told her, I'm gonna use her as an example because it's one of these insane talking points that has I'll say has um disencouraged black people from being educated. So Johnny Cochran, Durham Good Marshall, um, and I hate to use these two individuals. I hate to use Clarence Thomas and Benjamin Crump. I can't stand those two. So, well, you know what? Let me say, let me keep them out of it because I don't like because Benjamin Crump and Clarence Thomas, but both of them are anyway. So any black lawyer, any black judge are automatically coons because they came from the law school because they work for the British Crown because of the word bar. Well, bar is a short term for barbarous, and barbarous is an ancient word for attorney or ancient word for lawyer. That is an ancient term. That term before the word attorney was used, was popularized, and before lawyer was popularized, barbarous was used instead. See, you got to know the history of words and how words were formed. So she tried to clown me on why I said when I asked her that question, and I responded to her where the words came from. That's why I know y'all have these beefs because you know y'all come out here with these false information and false excuses on why you as a black person, a black individual, can't get ahead. Well, let me say it like this: you can't get ahead. I'm not one of these types that come online and says, "Well, well, well, it's your fault because you didn't take the opportunity." There are some people, there's some black people who took all the opportunities and still failed. There are some black people who took the opportunity and something else came awry and you know created a that hindered their achievement, because life, people get sick, people die, people do this, and yes, it hinders what you're trying to achieve. That happens. Sometimes you take an opportunity and then some extra things occurred that's out of your own control that prevented you from achieving anything. So there are many levels on why people do not achieve. Sometimes it's white people. Sometimes it's your own people. Sometimes it's the government that prevents you from that gets in the way too. So it's not always these black and white terms. I don't use these black and white terms and say, well, all you people fail because though you're lazy. No, I'm not one of those types. I'm not one of those types. However, everybody should educate themselves. Everybody should take the opportunity that's available and stop allowing social media idiots, these social media demagogues that try to create these narratives on why you will fail. And here's the thing: they make money off of your pain, suffering, and insecurity. Or they try to use as emotionalism as, oh, I'm single, therefore. It was like this one time I was on Talk Real Solutions, right? And you got a guy who's 50 years old, a 50-year-old incel. I think if V-Dub Bookie, if he's listening, he might know who I'm talking about. There's a guy named Joshua. The man didn't have sex. He didn't have a girlfriend in 20, 30 years. And yet he gets online and say that it's white supremacy why he cannot get with a black woman because of white supremacy. If you're doing interviews with Francis Quelch Wilson, if you're doing interviews with the Moors, and you're doing interviews with people in the Nation of Islam, and you're doing interviews and with the what is that, the five percenters, all these stupid black organizations. If you can do all the interviews and you telling Tyrone Thompson to host these interviews on his channel, what made so you did all that, but yet though you can't get with a black woman? You can't find a single woman? But you say white supremacy prevents you from getting married. But if I say something different, oh, it's whitewashing. That's why I have no patience for the HOTEPs. I have no patience for the sovereign citizens. I got no patience for the Hebrew Israelites. I got no patience for the five percenters or the Moors or any of these or any of these groups, where are people who are normal? Where are black people online who has a normal perspective? Where are the normal people at? So because though I said I'm a citizen of the United States, that means I'm a coon. Just say I'm a citizen of this country. Well, duh, it's a fact. It's a fact that I'm an American. It's a fact. So I'm a coon for saying I'm a citizen. Well, you're a citizen of a corporation. America's a corporation. Blah 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 blah. No, sit your ass down somewhere. That whole that's an 1871 law that was repealed because that was a mistake. So they repealed the law because when they say incorporated, doesn't mean it's in a corporation. See, y'all really need to go to law school and look the term incorporated. There are towns that are incorporated. Does that mean it's a corporation? Y'all need to go to a law dictionary and look at the term incorporated. It means to gather. In layman's terms, it means to gather. But y'all take that 1871 law and try to, we're a corporation. And then y'all try to mix that in with some other old foolishness. And that's why though some of y'all look embarrassed on that stage at that barbershop when a Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was having an interview with was having that what you would call that black men's roundtable with RFK, which was the most embarrassing thing I've ever watched. That's why Killer Mike does not deserve any respect because I will never give the HOTEPs. I'll never give these pro quacks, these red ball, green ball, black ball, sovereign citizens, Moors, is like Negroes. I'm not giving y'all. If I'm talking to a serious presidential candidate, a candidate of any office, if I'm trying to show uh, the best part of Black America, have people, I would have the pillars of society to talk. I wouldn't have none of you Negroes, these low grade, off the wall Negroes that have a say, because y'all reinforce the negative stereotypes that our parents, our grandparents, and our great grandparents taught us, who try to fight to get away from that. But yet y'all don't sit there and see. Y'all come on social media and say some stupid ass off the wall bullshit. And that's the problem. That's why though I have no patience. Now last night I was patient. I was like whatever. Cause I was having a good day. Yeah, yesterday was great. You know, um, I'm being a happy man. All that. So yeah, I'm great, right? But but in normal circumstances, or let's say years ago, you got your ass cussed out. If this happened like years ago, you got told off by saying something stupid, like things that ain't based on reality. See, I'm evidence based and I'm factual based, and that's what it is. You know. That's what it is. If you're going to talk to me, right, you better have some factual information. I don't want to hear your emotional, your emotional. And when I say emotional, I wish people understand what emotional argument is. It's not like being animated. That's not always being animated. Your emotional argument is your argument is based on how you feel, and not based on what is was factual information. Just because you're black, just because we black, I'm supposed to agree what you got to say. Just because we are black, I'm supposed to adopt victimhood 24/7. Just because we are black, does that mean though I view myself as part of royalty because I deal with fucking reality because I know I gotta pay taxes. The only security I have is whatever weapon of choice I have in the house. And I don't have no standing army. See, I deal with reality. You don't. Y'all deal with these fantasy land arguments. So since when saying I'm American citizen makes me a coon or makes me whitewash? No, what y'all have is low self-esteem, and y'all have not only that, and y'all insecure about y'all's manhood. See that's where part of this is from. Y'all so insecure with y'all's manhood. Your manhood is attached to what the white man's doing. Your manhood is also attached to what these women are doing. What she say, or what comes, or when she opened her legs up, that's where y'all's manhood. Y'all 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 judge y'all's manhood based upon what she does with her lips and with her legs, or when she twerks. Y'all also judge y'all's manhood what the white man, quote unquote, have made and might do. That's why you would never get ahead. It's based on what somebody else would do, not based on what's in your soul, not based on your integrity, not based on your moral character. That's why your manhood will always will be put in the microscope of not being taken seriously. Because every time I come on YouTube or any social media, it's always y'all talking about what some woman have done, or what the white men have done. 500 years of slavery. The black man have fought every war since the French and Indian War on up till today, and y'all still trying to say y'all still trying to put yourselves in a box of victimhood. And yes, I'm not going to sit there and lie. Yes, have white people historically have done things to black people, destroying our towns, destroying our economic base, destroying, trying to take over things or co-opt things or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean though that we should just be full idiots and call ourselves $5 Indians, does that mean we should just say there's no such thing as slavery, like how another group of black men do online, talking about, yeah, man, we not slaves. There's no such thing as slave ships, trying to disown a half a millennia of cattle slavery, when there's been speeches, wars, and revolutions based upon the black man under the whip of the white. That's why I don't respect these so-called, we was Indians, and you know, you got a Negro out here who wear a blue dashiki, wearing a blue dashiki, saying there's no such thing as slave ships. White people were slaves, not black people. Trying to discount slave. Oh, we taught the white man English. And try to use some book nobody read. We taught the white man English. Okay, if we taught the white man English, right? Then how come there's no English letters in America before the 1600s? How come there was no book, no writings in Native American tribes that have no words? Because some of these tribes did have a system of writings and also an alphabet. How come those alphabets did not have English words in it? And every time I ask these so-called Indians, these Abo Negroes, how come on there? How come when I ask this question, I say, wait a minute. So tell me something. How come you never ask the question of what customs you have today that like your grandparents have? They didn't want to ask that question. What customs you have to today that was passed down from your grandparents? If you say we was Albos, that's right, Tanya. That's right. If that was true, most of them we'd still be talking to. Yeah, yeah. The blue dashiki. You got this light skinned nigga who wear a blue dashiki, going to say some stupid, idiotic things like that, and can't even back it up, while sounding like sound like Peter Griffin. Right. Everybody wants recognition for something that does not exist. Thank you. And then have the nerve, yes. You have a Negro online who wears a blue dashiki. Now, you know what a dashiki is. A dashiki is a West African garb. A West African garb, a traditional clothing from West Africa, which is the dashiki, and then you're gonna say we never came from Africa We was never with slaves. There was no such thing as slave ships. There was no such thing as this, that, there. But here's you wearing a dashiki and wearing that African hat, looking stupid. Why you sound like Peter Griffin? Get out of here with that. No such thing as slavery. And here and there's been documents. You can go to any southern state. You can go to Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas. They still have records that was attained during the war between the states of slave ships and documents. Which land was parceled out to this family here and that family there and this family over here and shit. They'll never sit there and talk about that. And you know what else I noticed though? I noticed that a lot of these HOTEPs and these albos come from. I want y'all to notice something. Now, though, now. Some of y'all gonna say, Big J, you gonna call some shit. Well, let me go ahead and say it for you. Do you notice that each and every one of these groups are from northern states? HOTEPs, most of these HOTEPs are from New York, New Jersey, the Philadelphia area. You ever notice that? Have you ever noticed that a lot of these Moors never came or anywhere north of Carolinas? They never, see, if you talk to these Moors, they never talked about. They never came from the Carolinas, Virginia. There's always somebody north of the Mason-Dixon line. Yeah, but you ever notice that? Whether it's the HOTEPs, the Moors, the Pro-Quacks, they're always north of the Mason-Dixon line. And I did a video years ago, which Madhead Doctor is pissed off about. Yeah, because the video that really pissed off the Madhead Doctor off, where I said most of your black businesses are not in the north. Most of your black businesses are in the south. Most of your black businesses, like because black businesses like, I don't know, Millennial Steel, which is a corporation in San Antonio, which makes steel, sheet metal. Corporations like South Carolina. No, I'm sorry, not South Carolina. The North Carolina Life Incorporated, which is a black corporation that's been around since 1884. So, let me see. What's also another black company down here, a black institution of the constituency? All these little black corporations or black firms, they're in the South for the most part. They're not up there in up there in New York like that. They're not up there in New Jersey like that. Most of your black businesses and black corporations is south of the Mason-Dixon line. But if you go on social media and you hear these HOTEPs, these Moors, these sovereign citizens, the Hebrew Israelites, all these people is usually north of the Mason-Dixon line, and they're on YouTube talking that nonsense every night. But now, because I said something, oh, Big J is whitewashed. Yet you say Big J is whitewashed because I said I'm not a king. I'm not a king. A king. I'm not a king. Because I said I'm not a king, I'm whitewashed. Well, that's like that time when I'm talking to the sovereign citizen talking about, yeah, man, I got me a passport. Wait a minute. If you're a sovereign citizen, then by that logic, you supposed to give up your citizenship to the United States. You're not really a sovereign citizen if you're getting a passport. If you can go by the definition of what a passport of being a sovereign citizen, therefore, why are you applying for a passport? Because in order to get a passport, you need three or more identifications to get the passport. You need your driver license, your birth certificate, your marriage license, your college, if y'all ever attend college, your college ID, or some other form of identification to get a passport. So how can you call yourself a sovereign citizen yet though you're trying to apply for a passport? Or you have a passport? Yeah, man, I'm traveling to Dominican Republic. Okay, but you said though you are a sovereign citizen. So if you're sovereign by yourself, that means you don't need a passport. You can just get on an airplane and fly to any destination around the world without any any restrictions. That's why y'all need to stop getting online and miseducating people because you don't want to deal with reality. And that's my problem with most of y'all. That's why I need to leave black YouTube and go where the bread tube's at. I'd rather go to bread tube and listen to people who actually do research. Not hang around with you dumb Negroes who sit there and just talk about who just put out y'all's insecurity and your low self-esteem out here and try to justify it. But Big J is a coon. Yet Big J is being whitewashed. Big J wants the white man's buttermilk biscuits, all because I said I'm an American citizen. And I want y'all to notice something. I never said though. I ain't talking about anybody's race. All I said is I'm an American citizen. Oh, you're whitewashed. Oh, because I said though I'm American. You say I'm whitewashed. That's why that's why this country needs to do four or five things. We need to revamp the education system. Make sure everybody has a quality education. Number two, we need to have Section 230 repealed because some of you niggas should not be online. We need Section 230 so some of you Negroes wouldn't be online with that dumb ignorant bullshit that y'all spewing. And there's about two other things I want to say. I want to add on to it, but I'll leave I'll be brief with it. All right. For brevity, I'll just keep it at two. Because those are the main things I cannot stand. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, let me add a third one. We might need to reinstitute the fairness doctrine in our media. That's also another thing that needs to happen too, though. But there are some other things. I keep at those two things that needs to happen in America. Because y'all be saying some stupid shit and it does not add up. You don't say you're a sovereign citizen and talking about you need a passport. Well, I don't want the government in my business. Well, getting the passport is the government getting in your business. You having one. Man, I don't want no marriage license because the government be in my business. But then you get sick. You get sick, and then the doctor is going to ask who is your next of kin. So you got this woman right here, and you never, and she doesn't have the right, even if she gave birth to your children, she doesn't have the right to sign any document to have you released if you're not able to do, if you're not able to move. If you don't have the able, if you can't speak or talk, then you're shit out of luck. Because she can take your ass in a wheelchair and take you home. Or if it's sad, and here's the saddest thing, if she might have to pull the plug on you. I don't want the government in our business. No. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you're doing that. No, it's not that. It's not because you don't want the government in your business. It's because you want to cheat. Yes, a lot of y'all who keep on talking about the marriage license is just, I don't want no marriage license because it's the government in my business. No, you want to cheat. Because the consequences is if you cheat and get caught, she doesn't get anything. That is why. She won't automatically turn around, divorce your ass, and take 50 to 75% of the things you have when you and her was married. That's why you don't want to get married. Let's stop the cap. Because soon as you said, "Oh yeah, man," soon as she found out you with another woman, or for some of y'all with another man, when she discovered that you are cheating, what recourse there is for her own protection and the protection of y'all's children that she give birth to. There is none. That's why people sign. That's why there's marriage licenses. That's why there is the birth certificate. And I'm gonna say something too. Where is this stock? We got things like Robinhood. We got things like websites like Coinbase. We got JP Morgan. We got stock companies like, I don't know what's the other stock companies like what's the other JP Morgan and I've got the other companies, right? Where is our birth certificate on the stock exchange? Which stock has our birth certificates in? Because the thing is, if our birth certificate is on a stocks exchange, our personal information, our parents' information, the hospital information, that therefore, shouldn't I get the money out of the stock in dividends? Robinhood, Coinbase, TC Price, JP Morgan. You mean of all these stock brokers, companies. You mean though y'all couldn't find where our birth certificates is on the stock exchange? See again, stop the cap. You're making black people look dumb saying that dumb shit. That's why I have no patience listening to y'all's bullshit. But anyway, I said enough. I'm gonna get up on out of here. Y'all have a good one. Oh, I'm gonna say something too. Um, this is my warning to old boy over there. Don't just leave people alone. I'm gonna say it to the other person. You better leave me alone. Because I screenshot your shit. I downloaded your shit. And you've been warned for the past few weeks to be left alone. And I'm serious on that. Big J out.